everyone's safety, please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the train at all times. There is no eating or drinking on board the Safari Railway. The zoo is a smoke-free facility, and remember to have fun.
Oh yeah.
As we leave the station, everybody can wave and say Kwaheri. Kwaheri means goodbye in Swahili. Kwaheri, everybody. Everybody, welcome aboard. My name is Alex, but you can call me Kenya Carl. I'll be pointing out all the animals we'll see on our safari, and I'll draw your attention to the shade of these trees right to your right. You'll see our pair of African painted dogs laying there in the shade. Get another look as we come past these bushes here. These are called African painted dogs because of that beautiful coloration on their fur. They are also called African wild dogs, although right now you wouldn't know it. They're also called cave hunting dogs because they're very skilled hunters. These animals are considered to be the most successful large-scale predators in Africa, catching more prey on average than lions, leopards, and cheetahs. This is mainly due to the fact that they work together in teams. They are pack hunters, much like their distant relatives, the wolves. They can travel in packs of up to 20 to 25, chasing after prey that is even faster than they are, using their coordinated attacks and superior stamina, meaning they don't have to stop all that often while they're running. They may not be able to run as fast as some prey like Impala, but they can run longer.
Impala?
So they'll keep chasing after those animals until they become too tired to go on.
Giraffe.
And of course right now they're kind of snoozing around in the shade. This is because they are crepuscular animals. Crepuscular means they're active during dawn and dusk. So when the sun is rising and setting, those animals are out hunting. During the middle of the day, when the sun is at its hottest, those dogs are sleeping in the shade to avoid overheating. Unfortunately, those wild dogs are critically endangered. There's thought to be less than 3,000 left in the wild, so we're quite lucky to have a pair here at the zoo. As we make our way out into the African savanna, you can look out and see many of our animals fairly close by us here.
Is that an emu or an ostrich?
Appearing anywhere are our Maasai giraffes. Giraffes are the tallest land animals on Earth. Male giraffes, like Trevor over there pestering the Kudus, can grow to be 18 feet tall. And female giraffes, like all our other giraffes, can grow to be 16 feet. And you can see one of our only male giraffe, our juvenile Trevor, interacting with that greater Kudu. That Kudu is the big tan antelope with the white stripes and those big horns on his head. We can also see one of our ostriches.
My name is Kudu.
The biggest bird in the world. Grazing for some grass over by that jeep.
Oh, it's bent over.
And over by Trevor and that Kudu doing their little dance are a pair of wildebeest laying in the grass. Those wildebeest are the big gray antelope with the long black faces and upturned horns. They're also called white-bearded gnus because of that patch of white hair that hangs down from their necks.
Why is he talking like this?
Also quite apparent anywhere in the exhibit is our Grant zebra. He's got those bold black and white stripes. Each zebra stripe pattern is actually unique to that individual. Much like our fingerprints, no two are the same. Beside that zebra are a few Impala, the small reddish-brown antelope.
Look at the ostrich in the distance, flexing its wings.
They can run 60 miles an hour. They can also jump 10 feet high in the air and 30 feet across in a single bound. And they'll leap over obstacles when being chased by predators like those wild dogs or cheetahs.
Oh, you can go touch the giraffes over there.
Cool.
Now coming up soon, we'll get a tour of a few of our bird species. But first, take a look on the ground to the right by the front of the train and you'll see our clutch of ostrich eggs. Ostriches lay the biggest eggs in the world. Just one of those can weigh 3 pounds and can contain as much yolk inside as 24 chicken eggs.
Gosh, imagine how I'm
Inside the corral by the brush pile, you might see one of our East African crowned cranes. We'll see a few more of those later. But take a look where the grass gets a little taller up by the trees here, and you'll notice our white-headed vulture trying to hide.
Oh yeah,
It's
he's
made a
right
little
there.
difficult by the fact that he's got that stark white head. And you might also be able to see that his head is truly bald. He has no feathers at all on top of his head. This is because he's a very messy eater. When he eats his food, he'll stick his head completely inside it. If he did have feathers, he'd have to be constantly cleaning them off all day long between meals. So in order to avoid this terrible inconvenience, he's just bald and has no feathers up there. As we make our way around the bend, we can take a look at these 3 trees standing in the middle of this circle of tall grass. And you'll notice that our giraffes have eaten away quite a few of the leaves, including all the leaves on those 2 smaller trees. Our giraffes are aided by their 18-inch long tongues. Those tongues are prehensile. That means they're able to grab onto things much like our hands or an elephant's trunk. They can wrap those long tongues right around a tree branch and pull all the leaves they can reach into their mouths. Giraffes are constantly eating throughout the daytime too, so their tongues have to be darker purplish black in color to avoid being sunburnt. From here you can also see just how big this exhibit is. Our animals have a full 5 acres to roam around anywhere they want, at any time they want.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
And we do have no fences or gates separating our species from one another. They get to intermingle just as they would in the wild.
If they do and it comes out, whatever it is, it's sterile.
Now coming up soon, we'll get a glimpse at the handiwork of some of Africa's smallest but craftiest creatures.
Ants.
Up on the right, you might see our African termite mounds. Termites are small insects that will build those enormous mounds out of dead and decayed wood they find lying around the savannah. They do a good job of clearing away all that dead brush, making room for new growth. Mounds in the wild can actually be twice as big as the ones we have here, and can have as many as 1 million termites inside. Each mound is actually naturally air conditioned. The termites will burrow holes all throughout there so that when the wind blows, air circulates through the inside of the mound, keeping it nice and cool. This is essential considering temperatures in Africa can well exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit. When those termites have moved out of the mounds, they look like that smaller, darker one. And animals like warthogs or wild dogs can dig burrows into there for their young to stay in. Now coming past the mounds, there's a nice view of the rest of the other side of our savannah, and you can see our 2 ostriches walking around. Ostriches are the biggest birds in the world. They're too big and heavy to fly, but they can run almost 40 miles an hour, so they're actually the fastest 2-legged animals on Earth. Ostriches are dimorphic animals too, which means that we can tell the difference between boys and girls by the colors on them. What do you guys think? Are ostriches boys or girls?
I think it's pretty neat.
They are both girls, which we can tell from those brown feathers on their backs. They help to keep them camouflaged when they sit on their nest during the daytime. At night, the boys who have black feathers will sit on the nest.
Oh.
And coming past the gate here, we can see our flock of helmeted guinea fowl. Those small little gray birds that are quite chicken-like in appearance and nature. They are named from that helmet of skin atop their heads. You also see those very noticeable red wattles on their faces. And of course, coming up to the right here, we'll get a great look at our 2 adult giraffes, Elvira and Michelle.
Elvira.
By one of our lucky tour groups. You might get a glimpse at those long prehensile tongues they have.
Look at the vulture in the back. Look at the white vulture in the
We
back.
also have Thule, one of our juvenile giraffes, walking up here.
Where is it?
Thule just
Right
turned
over
2
there.
years old last month.
Up on that hill. how tall they are.
I think it's huge.
Look at it.
Hello.
Hi, buddy. Look at its tongue.
Dark. Sorry, this has been so shaky. My hands shake a lot.
As we make our way out of the tunnel, we're going to pass by our African watering hole. And as soon as we leave the tunnel, take a look to your right, and by the waterfall, you'll see one of our greater Kudu. Rummaging along. There's a couple of our giraffes, including Toledo our juvenile over there. We've also got one of our white storks in the water, and a pair of Cape Verde vultures up on the ridge. And nibbling on a log is Trevor, our male-sized giraffe. Now as we come back into the station, I'll ask that everybody please remain seated till the train comes to a complete and final stop. When the train does stop, adults watch your head on the overhang as you exit, and everyone please exit towards the rear following those arrowed signs. Thank you for riding with us, and enjoy the rest of your day here at the Toledo Zoo. What area, everybody?
Being lazy. Huh? There's 3 in there? I don't see a 3rd one. Oh, there he is. Shout Taylor.
Come here, little guy. Don't shove that.
Ashley, shut your mouth.
Let Zoe get in and take a peek. She's shorter.
Would you like to see the wallaby?
Don't pull that too loud. It might scare him.
And your voice is precious.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Huh?
Kira. Here's more wallabies out here. Come here, guys. And last time, one got out. And guess what, Kira? One wallaby, guess what it did? It just came out like this.
I saw that.
Come here, Bonnie.
Hey, man.
Come here, Bonnie.
The wallabies always say wallaby. Aww. Wallaby. Say wallaby. Come here, please. Well, now we're back on the